Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going to learn how to graph exponential functions. If you have not watched the previous video, I will say stop this one right now and go back and watch the previous video that I already posted. It's called Exponential Functions Part 1. Also, if you feel that these videos are helping you, I will ask that you subscribe to the channel. It doesn't hurt you, and it definitely does not hurt me. Um, okay, so going back to the lesson. Um, there are a few different situations that we can have when we're graphing an exponential function. And the first one is right here. If I'm trying to graph y equals a times b to the power of x, where a and b could be any number, but specifically b is greater than 1, I can have these two situations. Well, if a is positive, my y-intercept is positive, that means that I will have an exponential function that is increasing. An exponential function that is increasing. If a is negative and b is greater than 1, then my exponential function will be decreasing. Remember that we read the graphs from left to right. Now, the third and the fourth situation that we have is this one. If b is less than 1, then my graph will show will be decreasing if the value of a is positive, but b is less than 1. Let me be more specific. Actually, if b is between 0 and 1. If b is between 0 and 1. If b is negative, then we get a whole different picture, a whole different graph. So the fourth situation that we get, and the last one, is if a is less than 0. Well, if a is less than 0 and b is between 0 and 1, then we get exponential, like an exponential growth. So you might be wondering, what is that line that is dotted right on the x-axis? Well, that is the asymptote. That is the asymptote. And we're going to have asymptotes for any exponential functions. But right now, since we're talking of the exponential function in the form of y equals a times b to the power of x, that asymptote will always be the x-axis. The x-axis, or we can also call it a y equals 0. That is my asymptote. What is an asymptote? Well, the asymptote is a line. It's a line that a graph approaches. That means that this graph is always approaching that line, always getting closer and closer and closer, but it will never touch. And this is actually very, if you have a calculator, you can plot any exponential function in this form, and you will see that if we put the table, your graph is always going to be getting closer to 0 in the y on the y side, but it will never approach it. I'm sorry, it will never intersect it. It's always going to approach it, but it will never intersect it.